We're good.
All right. Anybody want to give a recap?
I've slept since then.
Unfortunately, so did I. It sucks because I'm the one running the game. I mean,
I just
Daniel,
remember
like
being
you actually
attacked.
remembered your stats. So
Yeah, I was meaning to write that down, but I didn't have my functional keyboard for the longest time. Now I do. I should have- Anyway,
we were about to get a camel cased version of the recap.
you were.
All I remember is being attacked by a street cleaner at the end.
Yep.
That was the end.
Yep,
So
it happened.
We
last time I left off, there was a vampire kicking everyone's butt, ripped off Shia's jaw.
Mhm.
Yeah, my jaw is
believe-
reattached, no thanks to certain people.
It's not his fault. He played your character as best as he could.
Yeah.
You guys just are finally fighting scary opponents.
Listen.
The main climax of that fight was.
Yeah,
like,
it made me feel very unhinged.
I
Waka,
used your
waka.
fine daggers to brilliance, but the problem was he's a very ancient vampire.
Yeah, I think what Shane like ripped his arm out. Iverson Jeffers.
Yes. Yep. Shane did rip his he ripped his arm out. And then as he went to go and finish him off, he turned to mist.
Yeah.
And
Who missed?
yeah,
Bro,
Party in a 5.
Gonna say it's a level 5 right there.
Yep. And then he flew out of the room. Not before because Rick got him well, and or I'm sorry, Addis got him well, and then he told Addis, he was like, "I'd never forget a face," and he turned to mist and he flew out of the room.
Oh,
And-
Mads went crazy.
Yeah, bro,
Oh, yeah.
Right before that, Dylan was spoke of
Yeah.
he spoke of like there's some like spirits in here that are like not happy that we're here still, or like why are you still alive? And then during that confusion is when everyone noticed like what's happening with Mads.
Yep.
Did he finally go frenzy or just crazy?
Yes. So as much as you've been waiting for the first character to actually have a frenzy, the first game you miss is the first time somebody finally frenzied.
Oh.
Blood
Yep.
Frenzy, yeah.
But yeah, Mads lost it, and he almost attacked Connell, but Addis saw just in the nick of time and was able to shout out a warning to Connell.
And he was in Krenos doing this?
Yep.
And see, if I was here, Dylan would have said something about the monster within. Keeping it on their check.
But yeah, so but it was one of those moments of like everybody was like, wait, where's Mads? And like it's that where the audience can see Mads ducking behind the bar, but nobody else can.
The audience is like, look out behind you!
But then all of a sudden Addis saw like a little like tuft of his fur come up across the bar as he's making his way over, and he's like, I know that move. He's hunting.
Oh.
And he's like, gotta watch out.
That's fair. The name is appropriate, though. Mads went mad.
Yeah.
And you all I think dogpiled on me until I calmed down.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, and then we went to the manor thing and saw giant robot scary things on like the horizon.
Right, yeah. Shane used this. Sorry, Connell used this questing fetish. Not fetish, but like a questing
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah. We were tracking the
Sword.
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 The sword.
Yep.
And on the way, I think was it like there was like some huge like ghostly images, or like ghostly shadows.
What
Yeah.
sword are we tracking?
So no, he was using the sword to track the vampire. He was like, no, we got to go find him and finish him off.
What sword?
Okay. So the vampire he was using a sword while fighting. When Connell cut off his arm, he cut off his arm with the sword,
Okay.
and then he lit the arm on fire. Which nobody put out the fire, and so the building was burning later. But
Twister.
Um, But
D&D over again.
yeah, he he used the sword to track him down, and as you were making it down the street, you, Dylan, realized that there's the gargoyles are missing, and you were kind of like, because you realize that they actually have a job that they do here of blocking the spirits from the spirit world to enter into our world.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were just gone off of every building, every ledge that they're usually on, missing. Somebody else noticed that too. I don't remember which other character noticed that.
Is that Matt?
It could have been. But yeah, so I don't remember. Oh, yes.
Yeah, and then shortly after, but that was the Banna.
Let me.
How you pronounced it? The Banna. Those giant, formless, like shadows, like almost like large ghosts in the sky. Yeah, the image still.
They look like the Iron Giant, except more evil.
Yeah, a bit amorphous. Yeah.
What were they called?
I think you call them the Banag or something like that. I'm not 100% on that.
Your
Banna.
memory astounds me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember you looking at trying to figure out how to pronounce it, but
Yeah, just do like I do, make it up.
I thought I took a screenshot and sent that somewhere. Maybe not. I did take a screenshot of the street sweeper though, because I drew little blades on it.
Yes, you did. I appreciated that. These things.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
things.
so Garrett had to look away.
What does it feel like?
He took off his ears.
No, back over there. I don't want you watching this.
Mature content.
When it comes to you. In the morning, we'll see how it goes.
I don't know which is worse, you making that joke or me laughing at it.
It's not. It's gonna be a sound.
Guanabo?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Oh, you're back. Yes. So
Those things.
these things were roaming the street up near where that big fight happened. You all made it like south, and then when you look back, you saw these things come walking through, and
No,
You're
they're
s-
far away or they're just tall.
Both.
yes, both. They are far away and they're extremely tall, and you see these little shimmers of light get sucked up into their what would be like their mouth area.
And the lights for people's souls.
Quite possibly. Somebody passed a knowledge check of these things.
That was definitely new because you created you added onto that history of like when I was backpacking.
Oh
like,
yes.
How I remembered like the sound of it like through like another street over and it was a theater.
Why
Something
is,
like
why is it
Mhm.
always remembering these things?
But yes, no, it was a theater that was attacked, and you could still hear the screams of the people from inside there. And then after they got done walking through, it was silenced. And then, go ahead.
I was gonna say he's like a supernatural magnet because he did the same thing with the jumping thing.
Yes. He didn't have a good time last time he was here in Ireland, and that was back when he was human.
Wait, are we talking about Mads or are we talking about Oi?
Mads.
Mads.
Or for all I know, Quanel. I don't know. Like,
Oh, yeah, the butcher. Sure.
That too.
right?
And then you all made it down to what was the name of that
The
place?
like manor place thingy.
Vampire Parliament.
Vampire Parliament.
That's a good name for it.
Oh Lord.
And they're like, nah, you're not coming in though.
Yep.
And I was like, but maybe yes. And they're like, no.
They're like, but what if yes, I come in? And they were like, but no, you don't come in.
So Shia was actually reasonable about that one though, and convinced the rest of the pack that probably we shouldn't go try and murder somebody who was actually just defending their territory that we encroached on, that we were unaware of encroaching on. So
Yeah. She did do that, and she finally helped convince the rest of the party to leave, and they did. And as they were leaving, Addis decided to go and take a huge shit over in the grass, or on the sidewalk. I don't remember. But yeah, and then
Addis.
yep, and then Mad screamed out, "Yeah, we're gonna blow this place up!" And so yeah, he dropped the deuce, and as they were walking out, the place blows up. The characters get thrown across the street, and as your ears are ringing, you're coming to, trying to figure out what's going on. You all see this van with this guy hanging out the side of it that has a camera. They peel out, turn around, and get the hell out of there.
You sure Mads isn't a mage? Like a wild mage, just like things happen spontaneously around him. He's got like entropy of like 20. Hey, I know exactly what this is. Your house is gonna blow up. Kabang! It would never happen twice.
That's the place, and that's the Parliament that's in Dublin.
So Parliament blew up. Were the Guy Foxes around?
We didn't see any, but I mean, there could have been some in the back of the van that drove off.
Who knows?
Nobody gave a speech of V's.
So we were attacked by street sweepers.
Yes. Oh, then afterwards, a street sweeper was making its way down the road, and it just kept getting closer and closer. And finally, as you all were about to get up, you see the guy inside of it just like banging on the glass, frantically trying to get out. And it stands up, and the sweeps on it turn into blades, and it starts just attacking you guys.
So the street sweeper transformed like a Decepticon.
No, it didn't actually transform. It kind of kept the exact same shape, but
so it did a wheelie.
Like
yeah, pretty much.
My
Yeah.
version of my little.
Whew.
But I think it was when I think it was Addis like actually like tried to do damage to it. It just changed back to normal.
Yeah, actually, Addis flipped it,
That's what it was.
and
Yeah.
it turned back to normal. And then he ripped open the door, got the guy out of there, and the guy, of course, screams and run away because werewolves. And that's where you ended last game.
Yeah.
So did we save any of the pack that we were trying to save?
We were trying to save a pack.
Yeah, we were investigating a pack that was in trouble. They went for a mission and never showed back up. We went there to find them, and they're being attacked by vampires.
Oh, I wasn't there that game.
No. That's what happened. That's what was happening. Yeah, the last game. It wasn't that they never showed back up. It's that a Korax came and gave you a message that.
Oh yeah, correct.
The Fangs killed one of the pack, and the rest of the pack is there fighting them right now.
So did we save any of the pack?
Yeah, the rest of them did live.
Okay.
Everybody was pretty badly wounded. One of them was a healer and was able to put body parts back on you guys.
Okay.
So So pretty much we went to defend werewolves, saved werewolves, chased vampire, found Parliament, blew it up, and then Sweet Sleeper attacked us.
Yep.
This is information that I, as a player, did not have. I thought that we were actually trespassing on their territory. I didn't realize they had attacked another pack, and that's why we were helping them.
Yeah. Well, they were still trespassing, but.
Yeah, but I probably would have played that a little differently.
You can't trespass on your own property.
I mean, it's burnt down to the ground now. So who's to say whose property that was?
Water under the bridge.
All right. Well, Shia would not have been that reasonable then, but it's fine.
Gotcha.
So what is our current motivation for doing this?
Our current motivation, I think, was actually to go back to the cairn leader here, right? And check in and see like what the hell is going on and where we should be.
Was it?
Did we get proof of? We got proof of vampires there, but no proof of vampires hurting people.
Do we need proof of vampires hurting people? I
That's
thought we
what
were gonna
we're-
go check in because of the giant iron robot bird skeleton mammoth things.
We can, but originally we were trying to find out why people were disappearing or having marks on their neck.
Yeah, initially, like, was it the one guy was like, "Yes, the vampires." Like, well, we need to find first.
Yeah, and that one guy was gung ho about it was vampires.
I vaguely remember this.
So there was basically, I don't know about anything about marks on the neck part. Maybe
Yep, you
there's
said
something you could fill me in to say where the marks on the neck came from. But the Oracle knows something is happening that what's it called? Dublin's in trouble. I'm trying to think of where did I say marks on the neck?
Checking.
There's trouble in Dublin.
Trouble in Dublin.
Oh man, that should have been the episode name. Too late.
Okay, so it says Dublin has been having a vampire problem. Many blades. The current leader will not admit, but all the wolves are talking about it. People in town wearing bite marks like teenagers with hickeys. There has been
Oh.
a few alleyway deaths that have gone unexplained. The club scene is popular, and leeches either own them or use them as feeding grounds. And then the moots with the Oracle.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I forgot about people. It seems like there's more people showing up with vampire bite marks than usually vampires like to show, because usually they want to keep that masquerade.
Correct. And then Huckabee was dead set that it was vampires, and he wanted proof. So we were trying to acquire proof if we do by chance stumble across it.
Gotcha. Yeah. So now you're at this point. You're not exactly sure what to do because the person that you were after was supposed to be in that building.
Who's it?
I'm sorry, you broke up there, Daniel.
I said allegedly.
Yeah. You guys did just get attacked by a Sweet Sweeper. You took it out. Where would you head next?
I mean, I still think that going back to the seer, the oracle, the person that gave us the directive would be a smart idea because as we traversed out here, we did not have giant robot skelly birds on the horizon.
Right. It's probably not a good idea to go back to the burning pile that is vampire parliament.
Now, did we physically see them in the real world?
See who?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did anyone else see them? Non-supernatural.
So the town is in, the city is in quite a panic.
Mhm.
So you're not sure if they're seeing them or if they're just running from some other kind of violent monster.
Addis. Okay.
Yeah, cough at his cough.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna show on this one. That's where we lost some direction.
All right. So I guess heading back to get us.
Sure.
To get us.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you guys jump on the Lewis, and it zooms you there. And yeah, as you approach, the guard out front sees you all, nods, and just kind of gestures towards the gate. And then as you all touch it, it opens up to let you in. An outline of Stag shows up on the wall, and yeah, you head on inside. There's about a good 20 or 30 people in the room, in the first room that you all walk into. They're all like hollering back and forth. There's just a lot of commotion. It's kind of hard to really pick out who's leading this conversation, who's talking about what. But you could tell that everybody is they seem angry.
Does there seem to be like a mediator group just trying to get things, just trying to calm down both sides, or is there like a area that's above that someone in leadership's there?
You don't see Guinness anywhere. Trying to remember his name.
Many blades.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
blades
you don't see
in-
blades anywhere. And basically just, it seems like as somebody tries to get control of the crowd, they're immediately started being shouted over. And
Can we pick out what is being said briefly? Or what's being shouted as to what the argument's about?
yeah, give me either an investigation or a politics check.
Wits?
Wits.
Yeah, wits.
So wits and investigation.
I'm sorry, that shouldn't have been so many. Why there's so many? There was 2 wits on there, I'm sorry.
How are there
Sorry.
2 wits on there?
I'll do it. I don't know, it disappeared when I clicked on it. There we go. I got 3 that time.
Okay. So the argument seems to be about the basically the parliament blowing up. They're arguing back and forth whether or not this was staged and whether or not the vampires were actually there. The majority of the crowd seems to be on the side of that. There's no way that they were there. They're not stupid. They've lived for this many years. They're probably the ones that actually have created this as a guise to hide whatever it is that they're actually planning. The minority of the group seems to believe that the vampires were actually there.
Did we actually see the one that we were pursuing go in there?
No, you just followed the
we
sword.
Just followed the sword. Okay.
And at that time before we left, was Shane's questing word still pointing inside? Or the sword is still like saying, "Hey, there's my owner's still inside."
Yeah, because Shane's not here. I'll go ahead and say back there, he probably had the state of mind to try to power up the questing stone again. and it wasn't pulling any direction.
The van, what did the person inside look like? Was it a single person or?
I mean, it was like you guys were.
No, because we saw somebody taking a photo like outside the van, and then they like got back in and drove off. But like,
We were still kind of shell shocked.
They had a video camera, but
So
yeah, it was kind of
so-
hard to like really make out the person. They were a
So-
white person wearing, I don't know, some dark clothes.
So they were filming when it exploded.
Hmm.
Were they watching it explode
Uh,
per se?
you could probably deduce that they were filming the whole thing. But I mean, really, you were seeing them as you all were kind of coming out of being concussed from a huge bomb that took out a massively old brick, solid stone building.
Okay. Can I rely on my eidetic memory and
Oh,
see if I
shit.
can't pull something?
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Not Joe.
not very eidetic if you can't remember where it is.
Well, James destroyed my character. A lot of my stuff is missing.
I apologize. Yeah, anything that's on notes page is not.
I noticed.
now.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
no!
No, I mean, it exists still.
somewhere.
But I got it over here. No, I have it over on my other screen. What are you looking for?
Eidetic memory was it decreases difficulty by 2?
Eidetic memories, your perception, alertness, difficulties 6. Hold on.
So it's
Under
alertness.
stressful condition.
I probably have most of this stuff in my OneNote anyway.
Yeah, perception alertness. So I guess that would be what's alertness.
Yep. Difficulty 6.
Mm-hmm.
Does it decrease anything or no?
Was that sounded the background music I play?
I'm
I'm gonna go with yes.
I think that was a kid screaming.
Oh,
um,
okay.
That's what I heard.
That's probably my child hawking something up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, under normal circumstances, you could just remember it.
Okay.
Because this was a stressful situation where you were coming out of a cuss.
Mhm.
Usually, you don't even get a roll.
Okay.
Because of your ability, you actually get a chance.
No problem.
Nice.
Love those 10s.
Yeah.
Did you fix the number rollings for me or something?
No, but I did fix to where it knows when you're in combat and when you're not. So the ones will not deduct when you're not in combat.
Cool.
I need a drink.
There.
Let's take
Okay.
a $5 so I could get more drink.
Okay. Alright, this is for you, Moldy, because he's gonna be mad at me for making him move when he was happily napping. So, here is to Guile.
Nice.
Have some toe beans.
Pooping.
Yeah, we have renamed our Dota guild to be Toe Beans Incorporated.
Nice.
You want to chill here? It's fine. Go. Come here. It was just the paint tray. It's fine. Come here. Oh.
Have you heard of a Spy Family, Aaron?
Spy Family, as in the anime?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I have heard of it. Actually, Jindo, who is in our Twitch chat right now, discusses it frequently with my best friend Val. But I have not seen it, and I know nothing of it other than they both really, really like it. So,
It's fantastic.
is that one on Netflix?
It's on. So, see,
Is it Crunchyroll?
Yeah, so it's gonna be Hulu then. Yeah.
Oh, apparently Moldy has it on his Plex. Cool.
That's.
I have a list of a few things to watch, but it's somewhere on that list. Not at the bottom, but not at the top.
Maybe it's only coming out weekly, so you got time.
How long are the episodes?
Like 22 minutes, so standard
Okay.
length.
Maybe I'll watch it for when I need like shorter episodes. Alright. We can fix this problem.
Sorry, technically 24, but like I always cut out the credits length. I watch the OPs, but like the actual viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, welcome back. All right. So, as the van turns around, time slows down for you, and you're able to.
You being
Kind of-
collective you?
I'm sorry, time slows down for
Me.
Dylan. You're able to see this happen with perfect clarity. Mads, you got a 6. Well, technically, you guys aren't able to really recall much of anything. He has a special ability that allows him to recall some information under extreme stress. Basically, with your 6, because that's still an impressive roll. In fact, Shia has a 5. You are able to recall the van. You remember that there was a person hanging out the side of it. They were wearing dark clothes. They had on a yellow cap, and they had a camera. But like trying to remember anything else about the van is just really that it was beyond expectations. I mean, just imagine that you were just near a major explosion and you were partly concussed. Granted, werewolves heal really quickly, and you did, but at that moment, it was still happening. Everything, your ears were ringing, dust and debris was all in the air. But for you, Dylan, time kind of pauses, and you're able to see the street and the van with much more clarity. You're almost like you're visiting the scene. What do you want to do?
Just under the script, any kind of details that would stand out of the person, possibly if they're wearing any kind of insignias, any unique items that might have any markings on the van, possibly.
Yeah. So you get up and you start walking towards the van, and it's weird because you're not actually able to walk the street. You're walking this picture. So as you get up closer to the van is starting to get smaller as you are actually getting larger around it.
Look at that.
You get down and you take a closer look at the inside of the van, and you know there's only two people. You could see through the back of the van, and there's nobody else. The person that's in the driver's seat, unfortunately, it was just too dark to ever create any light. So you can't really make out great details on that person, other than you know that they were wearing some kind of horn-rimmed glasses. But the person hanging outside the window, there was enough light to actually get some distinguishing marks off of the person. They are wearing a yellow hat. It is on backwards. One side is has these little metallic beads in it that go from the front to the back. The other side is just plain yellow. It's a fitted cap, so it's doesn't have the hole in the front. He's holding the camera, and like his eyes are a little bit more pointed at the edges. Not saying that he's Asian. I'm just saying that he has like alien-like features. His ears come to a point. And you see a small red goatee coming from his chin.
Is she a leprechaun?
No,
At least
okay.
that's not red.
So, as the scene starts moving, the van spins around, starts to drive away, and you can make out the license plate, and it's poorly spelled Sparkles.
Wait, oi?
Can I do a wits occult? See if there's some kind of fey creature.
Sure. Wait, see if there's some kind of fey creature in Ireland?
If I recognize
That's 16.
if I recognize the fey.
Okay. Sure.
Now they're not cat-like eyes, are they?
No.
Okay.
You do not recognize him, but you can tell that he is changeling and not full fey.
Oh. Okay. I didn't play a lot of Fit Changelings, I don't know. Okay. Like I said, at least his hat's not red. That's all I care about.
Yes. No, it's not a red cap. I wouldn't be that.
It's Puka. It's
that
Puka.
bold in my description.
He has a red hat on. Fuck. Maybe a
Carmen
Puka.
San Diego?
No, red cap changelings, they can eat anything.
Oh,
Literally.
they're like
Anything.
So you've
like
never heard
gelatinous
of red...
cubes.
No, you've never heard
no.
of red caps?
Like, in a World War II game that I was playing, there was a changeling in the group, and he decided to take the rest of the scene to finish eating a tank.
Did
Is
you?
it like, or he just does it one bite at a time? Like,
Yeah, no, he has to literally bite it off.
Do you remember Dresden?
Yes, we had to dispose of a World War II tank, and he did.
give me a couple hours here.
But also, do you remember Dresden?
Mhm.
In the Sealy court, there was the red cap that has to dip his hat in blood to maintain power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
it's
a cool
actually,
description
it's,
of them,
it's actually it's actually an Irish fairy tale about red caps.
Yeah, a lot of Fae stories come from both
mentioned
Scotland
red
and
caps
Ireland.
and Hinky Punks in Harry Potter.
Yeah, they're not nice.
I don't think there was mean in Harry Potter.
Yep.
But they didn't really go into them, so who knows? Maybe they were.
It was probably something racist.
They're poops.
My childhood sucks.
I can't
I cry
separate
into
now.
my wine here.
Oh. Okay, so changeling and says sparkles.
Yep, and you instantly come back into the commotion that's still happening.
Another chuckle. Sparkles.
Shaya's gonna look over at him and be like, "What is wrong with you?"
You want to share with the group there?
Oh, I just it popped into my head. The license plate of the van said sparkles. Thought that's kind of funny because the passenger, he's kind of a fey creature of some sort. Only half fey though.
Ian,
I'll just keep going about my business.
the Kern guard, you all met before, Ian. He was the one that was blaming the fangs to begin with.
Yes.
Like, as you say that, he kind of like pauses, like in the middle of this commotion and fight going on, and he stops and looks over at you. He goes, "What about Sparkles?"
What do you mean? What?
A van with license plate Sparkles?
Oh yeah, when things blew up, I happened to look over and the van was driving away. It said sparkles. Thought that was funny, considering the guy's half fey.
Where were you
What do you mean?
when you saw this?
Big explosion on the ground. Cough, cough. Looked over. Parliament blew up.
Wait, you all were there at Parliament?
Yeah, who wasn't?
Like, the whole room is quiet and listening to you all now. None of us. What happened?
Big bada boom.
With all due respect, more please.
I don't know. Ask them. They were there. They kind of spaced out here and there.
The sword.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Do we still have the sword?
Yes.
So Matt's kind of brings up the sword. It's like, oh well, we were trying to return this to its rightful owner.
Into his chest.
Yeah, about that.
Wait,
Is
is that a cane sword?
that what they call it?
What?
Yeah.
One of the wolves come up and he's like, "May I see that?"
Sure.
And he takes it from you, looks at it, and he goes, "You all were at the and he names the club. I'm sorry, I'm literally rebuilding all
The
of this.
one
so,
in Ireland or the one back in
The Copper Race Jacks.
Yes, thank you.
Seattle? Okay.
Copper Jacks. He was like, you all were at Copper Jacks. That other pack hasn't checked in yet."
What do you mean we haven't checked in yet? We thought they just came. We saved them.
Maybe, but they haven't come back here yet. Or, what happened with Copper Jacks?
Shaya's gonna kind of rub her jaw a little bit. It's a hell of a fight, but we got through it. I'm surprised that they didn't come back yet.
Some tough as nails man. This was his sword.
We disarmed them.
He was well dressed. I'll say that though.
Bump. Wait, are you saying Ivers is dead?
Is that his name?
Who's
We never
Ivers?
learned. We never learned his name, did we?
Jepson Ivers. He is the owner of Copper Jacks.
I wouldn't say he's dead, just missing. We can neither confirm nor deny.
You have his sword.
No,
did you...
he escaped. We think he was in Parliament. He headed back there is where we tracked him to, but we were trying to go after him when Big Bada Boom.
Somebody else yells out, "Wait, how did you track him?"
Our buddy Connell over there has some woo magic that he cast on the sword.
He holds up his questing stone, and
I just hit stuff. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
you see like a couple like like a runes like standing over like in the corner. They're already in Kratos anyways, and they're like, they're totally agreeing with you on that. They're like, I know what you mean by hitting stuff. I like hitting stuff too. Another person yells out, "What did your questing system say after the Parliament blew up?"
Shia will look over at Connell.
Believe he lost concentration after the explosion knocked us on our butts.
I mean, I did. Yeah, he did try it right afterwards. But he does mention that. He's like, afterwards I tried it again and it wasn't showing me a location. And they kind of start murmuring amongst each other.
Does that mean he's dead?
And somebody else pipes up, or actually no, I'm sorry, Ian, I'll get his name right one day. Ian pops up and says, so what was Flittertoes doing there?
Who?
Flittertoes Gitterbug? I'm sorry, Flittertoes Gitterbud?
Bless you.
Gesundheit?
Is that the Fae that Dylan's mentioning? Is that what you're talking about?
He's a knight.
Knight? What do you mean knight? Like blue knight?
No, he is a knight of one of the queens of fairy.
Oh. Filming?
Are you talking about the van dude?
He
I think
was,
they're talking about the van dude.
Okay.
he had front row seats and he was filming the event.
Like with an actual video recorder.
Right.
We're kind of just all standing there just like really confused right now.
I mean, I'm just about as
Like-
confused. Like, we got attacked by a
It's
street
like-
sweeper afterwards, so.
It's like, yeah, that's the look we had.
The runes are like, wait, what?
Oh yeah,
You guys
it
fought
like
a street sweeper?
it popped a wheelie. It like was shooting blades at us and stuff. It was weird.
Oh no, we've taken on many of the. Wait,
Wait,
in the real world?
yeah? Wait, what are you talking about?
We have fought many of them in the Umbra.
No. This
Those
was
things
here.
are all over.
Really?
Yeah, we actually need to do population control on them. There's so many childhood books about the street sweepers that they just, the imagination of children generate them all over the place. And so if you don't go and do population control, they just start swarming areas.
Well, I mean, Az does have a pretty overactive imagination, but I don't know how he would have brought one to the real world.
Also, the gargoyles decide to leave their perches.
And like you see a lot of blank stares among most of the
Shia
wolves.
is included.
But Ian goes kind of into some thought and he's like, they have a post, like they're not negotiable. Where?
I don't know. They're filling the coop.
So like people are now paying attention to Ian and he's like, gargoyles aren't under anyone's control. There have been vampires who have learned how to create a similar construct to a gargoyle, but the gargoyles basically take orders from the angels.
Well, but they're missing,
Angels?
and there's some big phantom skeletons walking about.
Wait. Are we talking like weeping angels here? Like, hold on.
No, Though anybody who is scared of those things, I highly recommend staying away from downtown. But th- every religion is basically true to some point of view, though nobody has it right.
Yeah.
There is a angelical realm of these angels who basically are fighting to stop these demons from rising. The gargoyles are kind of an in-between construct that basically stop anything coming over from the spirit world. They will stop demons because they come from a realm that is part of the spirit world, but they'll also stop other spiritual entities. And if they're gone, that explains why the Umbra is leaking through without any kind of pushback.
What kind of threat?
Go ahead.
What kind of threat would require all of them?
Wait, does that have to do with the giant robot skeleton bird things?
Robot skeleton birds?
Giant robot skeleton birds.
Giant shadows or shades of skeletal things that are sucking lights.
Oh, the Bannock.
Yeah. those.
Bless you.
Thank you. Those. If you're from America, you're familiar with Bane spirits. We do have Bane spirits as well, but the Bahanak tend to conjure more around here. Anytime there is massive fighting, massive bloodshed, it brings them close, and the lore is that they steal the souls of the dead before they were able to pass on to wherever plane that they go.
Neat.
Sure. Usually it's not. Usually it's not what one would call neat, because they're a very disruptive force to where energy is supposed to go after it passes on.
Well, you're gonna sense a disturbance in the force tonight, because there are a lot of them over there. They're kind of spooky.
And unfortunately, most of us have seen them.
So you just, like, let them roam around?
Usually they're only roaming around in the Umbra.
Well, then we gotta find the gargoyles because they are here.
Does that mean gargoyles are like plumbers? They fix leaks?
Like 30 hands just slapped their foreheads, almost in unison.
Naked Gun style.
Americans.
No, it's like the plumber for the magicians. Like, you know, goes in the... It makes sense. You guys are clearly uneducated.
way to totally Americanize this. That's another country. Obviously, you guys are uneducated. I know what I'm talking about. Go Second Amendment.
So, would it not matter the severity of the threat? Would all gargoyles leave their post regardless, or is it because the threat is so severe that it required all of them? What would constitute all the gargoyles leaving? You have any idea of what power of what they're trying to stop?
Dylan, you've never heard of that ever happening, ever. Like, the gargoyles would rather die in servitude.
Nah, they're kind of like stone pillars. They don't really budge.
So basically, we gotta find Goliath and Co. and bring them back, and then we'll be good.
How hard are they to kill?
Well, you want to kill them? We need them back, not dead. Unless you think somebody did kill them.
Are you asking the GM?
Yeah, just out of if I can do a wits cult, just to
It's a rock.
just generally how hard are they to dispose of?
What if the fairies stole them? Would the fairies steal them?
So while that question is being asked into the ether, give me a wittical check.
Me?
And spirit is okay. No.
Oh.
Dylan, because he was the one that asked that question about
You
how hard
won.
are they to kill.
And spirit's okay.
Yeah, spirit
Plus-
makes sense here.
Plus one.
By the way, you just have to click occult twice. But
Oh, you click it twice. Oh, okay.
yeah. But anyways, you have seen a gargoyle take on like 5 to 10 Banes before. One by itself.
But are they naturally resistant to spirit entities? I'm more wondering about like mundane type deals. Like how resilient are they to non-spirit entities?
Oh, if a human tries to destroy them during the day, they don't stand a chance. You blow one off the side of a building, and
So they're only active at night.
Mhm.
So they can be moved during the day.
I mean, you are talking about a supernatural entity moving them because,
You mean
like a
fae?
human, well, a human would need a crane to move it. You would need a
True.
maid to teleport it, or you would need a few werewolves to carry it.
I'm just thinking like pukas or something, or trolls, just kind of like meandering about and removing them.
There's limits to changeling power.
Okay. So
Um,
it'd take a very major event to move them.
it would take a very coordinated.
Okay.
Yeah.
That we haven't seen lately. Okay.
Meanwhile, there were questions that were asked into the ether. I can't remember them. Aaron?
Would the fae have stolen them?
That was her direct question. You can answer that.
I can
But-
answer that.
You, as in Pappy, can answer that.
The Fae take them? No. Right? No.
Yeah. I mean, you literally just asked me that question. I
Oh,
gave you that
yeah.
answer.
No, because they're heavy.
I mean, but they're fae. They figure shit out, right?
Yeah, but they're a little bit. It's not just a statue. It's a supernatural statue, creature, monster thing. It's plausible, but they'd have to have some kind of coordination and like cranes and other engineering ideas.
You can't just woo-woo magic them and move them or something?
I haven't seen woo magic yet, so I assume you probably could. I assume they might be resistant to said magical abilities, since they are guardians of spiritual forces. So I assume inherently they have some kind of magical defense.
I mean, they're obviously not very good ones if they're just up and left and let Parliament get blown up.
That kind of brings up like, wait, we saw the gargoyle before we entered the water, right?
Say again, you cut out a little bit.
Or you enter the what?
The bar.
No.
We
You all weren't really paying attention to the
so
to the
so we
gargoyles.
can't really confirm
Yeah,
the last time we saw them. Okay.
correct. Dylan, you would know that they would have no reason to protect vampires. To her statement of blowing up Parliament, they would allow that to happen. They have no.
Yeah, they're more of guardians of the veil, or of the spirit realm.
So they're like stone werewolves.
Think of more of like wardens, keeping the spirits where they belong.
Is there any way to track them at all?
You could try his rite of stone binding, but we don't know a name or who they is or what they look like or a piece of them. So it's like dialing a number and hoping it's them.
Do we have any pieces of that? Shay kind of looks around the room. Like any connection?
I mean, maybe they're purged, but I don't know that would work because that's not really a part of them.
Well, their perches are also kind of gone now.
No, the purges are there. Just
Oh, I thought they were actually on the Vampire Parliament building.
No, they're all around town.
they're all over. There were some that were supposed to be on the Parliament building, but the rest of the town, like, they're just missing. So it's safe to probably assume that they were missing there too.
I got nothing.
So if it's unlikely someone moved, then that means that they probably moved themselves to, I'm guessing, to fight some significant threat. That's my take.
But what?
You got me.
Do you think they're fighting the Skelebirds?
No, they're just there because the gargoyles are gone. Huh. I wonder if it's a demon
Smell.
or the worm. Is there anything going on at this time? Religious?
Is the Oracle in this room, James?
No.
Religious wise or seasonal wise, like lunar wise, importance going on?
We've been consulting the Oracle on that to try to figure out, like, how does her vision relate to all of this, and unfortunately we've come up with nothing. There's nothing there's nothing of prophecy, there's nothing of like spiritual alignment that often causes these events. This, to all of the people all the guru that tend to deal with this, they believe this has to be orchestrated.
Why does she need the Fine? Or the Fianna?
If there was a significant breach by some type of spirit, would a Master Thirds be able to sense that happening?
I mean, if they're specialized in that, sure.
Is there any... Matt's gonna ask that. Everyone's like, is there anyone around here that gift? But has anyone sensed anything coming out of the spirit realm?
The door is wide open. They're coming through.
Right, but like something big.
You probably have to be searching it out to find the big.
So actually, you've undergone. You are Thurge, right?
See,
Okay. You've actually undergone this exercise with other Thurges. You all were actually looking for a massive old spirit that was moving, or you were probably a few weeks ago, or within the last few weeks, you all probably went on some kind of walk through the Umbra and going through different they're not called planets,
realms.
yeah, realms, trying to seek information of movement there. You visited like different places, like you visited like the actual Jupiter and the actual Saturn, and you talked to the locals there, and no one is aware of movement happening in the Umbra, of any massive entities, other than, I mean, the common standard of the worm. And I can't remember, did the Red Star ever show up in your world?
No, not yet.
Okay, so yeah, that's not even being discussed.
No, from I remember, no such movements were held or had on our walkabout.
Shia starts pacing incessantly.
Kind of at a loss of where to go next. I mean, gargoyles are gone, spirits are coming through, vampires blew up. There's a fae, a knight of a court is videotaping it. Maybe we should go talk to the courts.
Yeah, we're not really welcomed to the courts.
No, but the Fianna might be.
Well, you know where to go find them.
I've got two right here.
So you're aware that the Fianna often go to the Brazen Head. It's a very well-known, popular pub inside of Ireland. If you want to go and hear legends and stories, it is the place to go in Dublin. If you've ever heard Name of the Wind, that
The Aeolian?
yeah, the Aeolian is a very good representation of the Brazen Head.
I want to go. By the way, I am Fianna, right? I vaguely remember this, but
Yes,
it's not in
you
my
are
notes
Fianna.
anymore. So I want to double check.
Yes, you are Fianna.
Yeah, I had a feeling I was being referenced there, but
Yeah, I would really like to go.
So this is the first picture I sent was the outside. The second picture I sent was an artist rendering of the inside. It's actually much bigger than that.
Okay.
So basically, the Brazen Head used to be a small building, and the building that you see in the first picture, basically was almost it. That's the size that it was many years ago. Because of its popularity and because of travelers coming to Ireland, what they did was they bought this 3-story building behind it and connected to both buildings together. So you still walk in through the original Brazen Head, because they thought it was very significant to actually still keep the original building. But they've opened it up into this 3-story buildings to basically allow more guests. You're really only able to travel on the first floor. The second floor is like where they keep the kitchen, and third floor I think is where they keep storage. I'm only purely guessing, but in this world, this is exactly how it works. But it is this massive place, and the crowds just get so packed here on normal nights. This is unfortunately not a normal night, because the streets are frantic of scary monsters and things. But the Fianna still come here, and they still tell stories, and they still tell legends, and they tell their old tales because it's just important to them. The Brazen Head is not a Kern, even though the Fianna treat it as such.
I'm sure it's got a threshold.
It actually doesn't.
No.
It's purposely open and welcome to all. Wow. But for some reason, every entity that's ever entered here knows this is not a place of violence. Vampires have calmly come here and have met other werewolves in this harmonious, we're here to learn, we're here to tell stories, and we might hate each other, and we're probably sitting over there grinding our teeth watching this other creature in here, but it attacking in the Brazen Head is just almost illegal. It's almost this known thing amongst all the different entities.
I bet you there's a Fae running it.
Are they piping through the vents?
Say what?
So where are they piping through the vents? Something like narcotic. What's the information there?
So yeah, as you come in, you're entering in, and like they're finishing up a story of a war long past, and because you're a third, you actually recognize it of the Rage Across the Heavens is the story that they're telling. And basically they're talking about how the song kind of leads into this realm where everything was metal. It was this whole world of nothing but a time frozen in metal, and there were people and different spirits that existed on this world that shouldn't, and one of these people is actually who the song is about. It was a human from Earth. Nobody knows what his name is or why he was there, but he is standing there encased in metal. And the song talks about like his clothes and like how it's a suit and a tie. He was reaching out and he was screaming something, but unfortunately that's something that's going to be lost into the universe. But yeah, the song was about him. And yeah, then you come to the end of that piece.
I'll go to the barkeep.
And he's like, haven't seen you here in a little while. What do you have?
Guinness.
Of course.
Have you noticed anything unusual lately?
You might need to be a little bit more specific than that tonight.
An abundance of fae?
Shaya's gonna go up to the storyteller and compliment their skills and the end of the story that she got to hear while Dylan's doing whatever.
Awesome. I'm gonna pause with the barkeep for a second. The storyteller is like, oh, an American.
Yeah, we're visiting from Seattle.
I haven't been practicing my Irish accent, so it's not happening tonight. So imagine it's a very Irish accent. It's like, it's great to see to see from the other world here. What brings you to our land?
Is this clearly like a werewolf? Like I know that it is, or is this potentially like some random human telling a story?
You can sense the rage in the room, and you can
Okay.
sense the rage between you and him.
Well, we just came here as a bit of a favor, I suppose, to the Oracle's name.
You actually never got a name.
Oh.
They just referenced her as the Oracle.
Yeah, well, the Oracle asked us to come, so here we are.
Ah, Fiona. It's wonderful to have you. Welcome back to your homeland.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be here, although apparently a lot of my pack has already been here before, which is kind of a weird experience for me.
I mean, we do have a lot of travelers come through. It is that kind of Irish kingdom, or Emerald Kingdom.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't believe I've ever heard a story told quite in that mode or of that ilk, so I very much appreciated it.
Well, what I would really love is to hear a story from you.
Oh, no. I do not feel prepared for that.
This isn't about being prepared. This is about just letting it out, telling your heart.
All right, well, let me tell you about the time this other guy played my character and almost No, but Shia will go into like a full repertoire of like the nights recounting up to like, you know, talking to that room full of other werewolves where we were trying to figure things out and how they actually ended up sending us here. So
Awesome. Give me a charisma performance check. As you kind of realize halfway through, you have the attention of the entire room. Like, as you're talking to him, he kind of
that's not good.
navigated his way. Oh no. He navigated his way to where you were kind of standing in front of the mic, and now you're telling
there's a
this...
microphone? No!
Yep. You're telling the story to the room. It doesn't... You leave out so many details that, like, you've covered everything.
Well, and I
But the
imagine
room
there's
is
like a bunch of like
you.
backtracking too. Like I will like go off on a tangent and they're like, well, actually, no, what had happened previously was, and so then we got back to blah blah blah. So it's just like all over the place.
Yes. Absolutely. So, okay, while that's happening, Mads, what are you doing?
The second that Shia was went over to tell her story, Matt's kind of like found a corner and just kind of just like eyeing out the room.
Okay. Yeah, you see Connell grab a seat, and Addis is kind of sitting down beside you, and in his lupus form. The bartender is kind of like listening to you and also listening to what's going on in the room. He gets your Guinness finally prepared, which takes a little bit of time because you have to pour it, you have to let it sit and settle for the first half, and then you have to pour the rest. And once he gives it to you, it has the sorry, I don't have it has the Silent Strider tribe symbol grafted on top of the foam. And he says to you, there is Fey movement in the city, but I haven't seen anything what I would say out of the ordinary with them.
Okay. You by chance wouldn't know why we need the Fianna to, I don't know, save the day?
There's been actually a lot of songs about that tonight. And it seems like the consensus is because this is the homeland of the Fianna. Who to better guard the place than the denizens of their own home?
Do you know what they're guarding it from? Any talk of that tonight?
I mean, if I believe the songs, it seems like a lot of the wolves blame the fangs, and the other half blame the worm. So, take your spectrum.
Yeah, 6 of one, half of the other. Okay, just trying to do some math and things just don't add up. Appreciate it. And I'll turn and go be jovial. Listen to the tellings of Shia.
At some point of the night, it seems to turn into like more wolves start showing up to this place, and you start hearing different packs telling their tales and telling their stories, and the spirit energy in the room completely changes. When they start talking about their pack totem, you can actually feel and sense their pack totem in the room. Some of them you can almost even see. There's one person of a pack totem that has a Cheshire, and like you almost out of the corner of your eyes, and as soon as you look, it's gone, but you can almost see it grafted into the wall or grafted into an object. And then at some point of the night, Connell stands up and goes up to the stage. And I will later let Shane tell whatever story it is that he wants to tell, but I was giving a player opportunity to actually tell a story for Renowned if Pappy wants to allow that for the character growth.
That's fine.
In the game.
Tale of Butcher Bay.
Yeah, so he can. Well, no, actually, it would be a pack thing, because this would be a thing to allow the pack to gain their renown. And so I will later get with Shane and see if we could get something told here.
And imagine as getting excited seeing all the totem spirits. It's like, let's get Twister in here. Like Matt's like, no, this
might not be a good idea.
No.
Even Twister's like, we are going to let this place stay as it is. Maybe drink a few more beers. Let's do that. And even if that actually did come up, Dylan would totally get to translate for Twister of saying, I respect this place. And then at some point, a person comes walking into the bar, and here we go.
It's a puka.
She comes walking in.
Is it Denna?
Hmm?
Denna played a hard.
And like she comes storming in, which is uncharacteristic for anybody who's entered this room so far tonight. And throughout the night, you've felt other entities come into the room. You felt this surge of power as like two humans came walking in and they sat down for a little while, had something to drink, and listened to the stories that were told. You felt this magical fey realm of things as other people come in, and it's just they come in, they have a few drinks, and they leave. They don't actually stay for long. So you felt other entities and other things that didn't feel like they belong with the wolves. For the most part, you're sensing the rage amongst all the other kin here. But everybody that's ever entered into this place has always entered in with respect. And this was the first person that walks in, and she's just storming in like she has a task or a goal.
Is she wearing wintry colors or summery colors?
She's wearing exactly what you see the picture. She's wearing in the picture.
She had the harp with her.
She does, but it's like strapped, so it's like she's carrying it on her back.
So she is otherworldly. Well, she was wearing whites, right? I already clicked out the picture.
It's kind of a. Give me a reshare. I missed. It's
Looks
kind
like
of
white with a blue cape.
Yeah, it's almost
Spearmint.
like a periwinkle bottom with like a teal cape.
Teal or spearmint.
Okay, are we gonna have a black and gold argument here?
Oh, let's do it.
You know what? It's fake clothing. It could absolutely be the black and gold dress.
It's
Spectral. Yeah.
my thing is, though, if someone is coming in like that, they've got some cojones.
Yeah.
So if they're a fae, they're probably a king or queen of the court. And because it's
Why
not
would a
summer
king or queen be here?
yes.
As so she walks in, and
This is
she stops inside, and you could see from like the electrical outlets of the walls, they zap and they come into her, and she just sniffs in, just smells the room, and she's like, "Where is he? You are here, aren't you? I can smell you." What do you do?
He
with
who?
alertness check to see if someone is looking a little.
Sure, wits alertness. If all of you want to give a wits alertness, sure.
Would perception versus movement be anything? So I'm trying to see if
I
they're
don't think it would be movement.
okay. Just checking.
Jesus Christ, you guys are amazing rollers tonight.
I want to see who pooped
Except for when I told my
themselves.
story.
Like the direction in which she is smelling,
Is
is
it Connell?
well, it's actually where Addis and Mads are sitting. If anybody wants to give me a wits occult,
The
I do
spirits
it.
count?
spirit would not apply here.
Okay, okay. It's the chair.
I'm trying to think of Shaya's history here.
Here as in Ireland?
Here is in this game.
You can make up what you would like, and I'll make it work.
She was a fighter. Didn't she have a bad childhood? She was an orphan.
mhm.
Well, of course, it's a World of Darkness game.
Did she grow up in a foster home?
Yep.
Okay. She was also part of the underground fighting scene.
Yes.
Um,
I don't know how that would relate to here, though.
Ah, so we haven't really talked much about your coach.
Yes.
How would you say if I spelled the word, or if I spelled the name Aibell?
Aibbell?
Mm-hmm.
Ibel?
Abel.
Fable.
I don't feel like Abel's right.
I would pronounce it Ibel, but
Ibel? That's fine. That's how you would pronounce it because that's how your coach would refer to you. He was like, my little Ibel. Your fighting in the ring was, to him at least, almost musical. And he would tell you stories about about a fae that that could kill a man with a song, with a single note. And you were so swift and quick in the ring, and you moved like it was a beat, or it was like harmony. And so he would call you Iabel. And that's the first name that comes to your lips when you see her.
is Dylan actually making these noises over in the corner? Like,
Quite possibly. I feel like his character is a nerd.
Shia's gonna be looking at her and then like hear this and kind of look over at him for a second, and then look back to her, and she'll probably like whisper that like pretty inaudibly, but I suppose if this is a fey creature, she might recognize the word or term or name. Is there any response?
She might recognize the word, term, or name.
If Shia whispers Ibel?
Oh.
It's actually Avel.
What?
Aeval. Avel. Angelicized.
What the fuck? You're not my coach. What are you talking about?
You know what? It is plausible that she said multiple names.
So he who? There's lots of he's around here.
Sorry, on responding to my wife. And
Did he say
like
he?
when you
Did she mention he, or did she say just? I know you.
she said, "Where is he?"
Okay.
So, like when you say that, she walks up to you. She smells. She's like, "I can smell him on you."
I swear I showered earlier today. Like I actually did. Ladies here are really nice. You want a drink? We can get you a drink.
He knows that coming back to this land would be death.
I don't know. Oh, Dylan's never met him.
So about that drink. I'm sorry, I run with a lot of mangy guys. You know, I can't keep all the smells off of me. I try.
She's like, "He's no magic.
Magic.
His songs, his songs are what he's known for, but he's no magic."
Oh God.
And she walks around the room. She's like, "You're hiding him."
Lady, we're just here for stories and drinks. I don't know what you're talking about.
And she kind of glances over at you, like, and she says, "Silence, mortal."
Mortal's a loose term.
Shh. Shh. Shh.
You're right,
And
Dylan.
she walks over to Addis and Mads. "Where is your bard?"
What's a bard?
You Galliard.
Matt just kind of just keeps a stone face. Acknowledges her, but doesn't use her.
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit there.
Sorry.
Mads keeps a stone face. What?
He acknowledges that she's talking to him, but then that doesn't respond.
She's like, "Why do you shelter him? I can bless you, if that's what it would cost."
What would cost?
If you're unwilling to give him up because he is worth something, then I'm willing to give a trade.
Don't trade.
Shy's gonna look over at Dylan again, like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, I don't have a whole lot of money, but like, I'll just buy you a drink, lady. You don't need to trade me for it. I don't know. Shy's gonna like kind of like sidle over towards the bar a little bit. She made bar? Did she say? She said bar. We're not like here.
No, you bard. Tell stories.
I tried to tell a story. I'm not very good at it.
But you know someone who is.
I guess
Yeah,
at
that
this
guy
point,
right there. He was telling a great story earlier.
I guess at this point, I would like a subterfuge check or persuasion.
I don't have
Okay.
either of those.
Well, let's see how good of a liar you are. So that would probably be charisma or manipulation.
Can I do charisma manipulation?
No. It would be charisma or manipulation in this case, because it's just how you've been acting.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that didn't go well. And like, she almost blurs up to you, kind of almost like a floating aspect, and she's like, "You know who I'm speaking of. You're familiar with him. I smell him on you. Where is he? Why are you hiding him?"
I really don't know what else to tell you, lady. I'm sorry. Your dress is pretty.
Thank you. And she backs up and she's like, he knows the law. He knows what he did. He has stolen from me.
Ooh.
And under the accords, I am due my punishment. Keeping him from me is only buying him slight more time. Now that I know to whom he belongs.
What'd he steal?
He stole one of my songs.
Shire's gonna like give an annoyed look over at Dylan, like, what the fuck, dude? You're gonna have to explain this to me later.
You should use the word Your Highness.
That's 2 words.
She glances over at you when you say Your Highness. She's like,
I'm looking down.
I appreciate
Not
it, but
eye contact.
formalities are not required here. I
If
smell
I-
them on you, but not...
If I knew where he was, I'd let you know.
She's talking about Oi?
Oi? Oi?
Mm.
Oh shit, that's why he went to America. I am certain that none of you can say his name right.
What?
Oiisa? Yeah, that's who exactly I'm looking for. Because none of you have been able to say his name right, I haven't been able to track him. Smart of him to move to America for that. He has stolen one of my songs, and I will take it back from his lips. Hiding him is not going to do you much good. He better not be on this land, or I will find him. And she turns and starts walking out.
What's your name? I can tell him you were looking for him.
Now you're making me choose between who's at the right name. I am the fairy queen of Thelmod. I am the Queen Alibel.
Oh. That's why you said your... Man, I thought this was a weird pet name or something. Nice to meet you, your majesties. I'll let Oi know you're looking for him next time I see him. I'm sure there's a misunderstanding here. He's a pretty good guy. I don't think he'd steal. He wouldn't steal, right?
Americans. She says as she like turns around and like lightning pulls from the different area, like different sockets as she walks by as she walks out of the room.
Dude, that lady was a little spooky. You guys know anything about that? She's gonna look over at Mads and Coddle.
Like Addis is sitting there like. Coddle's-
I figured Addis would be clueless. So.
Matt's kind of gets up and briskly walks over to next to Dylan. It's like, what are we doing here? What the hell was that? Clearly you know something.
She's the ruler or queen of the Side or Sid, Sidhe. The she. Ruler of the Fae.
Oh, we should have asked her about your sparkle dude.
I'd rather not go that high. I'd rather start a little bit lower. And when
You also realize that to get that information from her, it would definitely be
servitude.
tit for tat. Yeah,
Yes.
she would be requiring something of you.
Yes, that's what I was telling Saya. You should not make deals with them.
I didn't make a deal with her.
Well,
I'm just
thank
talking
God
to
you
her.
did.
I told her I'd buy her a drink. That's not a deal.
Correct, but I'm glad you didn't say you do a favor for her if she did something for you, because then you'd be obligated. They make deals, and they know how to manipulate to get what they want.
I can't be manipulated.
Oh, bad things happens if you don't follow through.
Why wouldn't I follow through?
They might make it where it might be servitude as like the guard dog.
Why would I agree to that?
You probably wouldn't
All right then.
But-
See, no problem.
consciously. She would make some kind of deal where that would be double speak, and that's what it would equate to.
You Irish people are weird.
Um, at this time, a raven comes flying in through the door. As she lands, she forms up into her full self.
The same Korvax before.
I wonder if I have that picture.
We ran into a raven before.
Is it the same Korvax?
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
Where Crow?
Or where?
Bro. Yep, I don't know where her picture is. I'm sorry. Anyways, but yeah, she lands and forms, and she says the the Black Fury's Kern is under attack.
From what?
It seems like humans.
Okay, I gotta take a 2-minute break for restroom.
We're very close to 10:30. I'm not sure if we want to just go ahead and.
You can. I just gotta take a break for 2 seconds. You can
Okay, go
continue.
ahead.
It's hell to get old.
I kind of, it's kind of like there's a battle coming up, so I'm pretty sure I want to have that happen at next game.
Yeah, sounds good.
So where did we see this Werecrow before? Because I don't actually, me as Aaron, don't remember this.
You were missing that game, so yeah,
Probably
she appeared outside of the Guinness factory, and she was the one that informed you about the pack member getting killed.
Can we trust this crow person? Are they trustworthy? Why would she? What's in it for her to tell us that?
It's not common in the Seattle area, so you guys really haven't dealt with Korax too often over there. Do you have? If you want to give me a wits occult check. And Matt, you could do the same if you want. If you have.
Oh no. You just really like cloves? Is that what you... Actually, it's not cloves, it's ginger. Do you like ginger?
So with a 1 and 2, like, really, you're aware that through like stories that you've heard, probably Oi has told you stories of the War of Rage. The Korax were messengers and assistants to werewolves in the past, but you really don't know much more past that point.
So it's not unreasonable to trust a bird.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable to trust a Korax. And other Fianna seem to be reacting to that information, and like they're gathering up their supplies and running out.
Well, I guess if they're doing it. If everybody else is doing it, it must be right?
Yeah, it must be fine.
when you're petting your cats, they're in the blur, so
Yeah.
it looks like you're doing nothing.
Just like, yes, my beauty, yes.
Or you're petting some kind of demonic shadow.
But it's my demonic shadow.
It's friendly to me.
I mean, it's the best kind, right? Friendly to you, mean to everybody else. Yeah, it's especially funny because the desk that's here to my left is black, so he just like blends into it super well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was about to explode.
That's okay. But yes, so the Korax lands. She relays the information. The Black Fury's current is under attack. Somebody asks the question by whom, and she answers, it appears to be humans.
Okay.
Everyone kind of lifts their haste, like, oh, okay, I guess we'll go.
Do we know where the current is?
You all do, Dylan especially, but they are at that Wellington Monument. And you see other Black Fury, or sorry, Fianna, gathering up their things and heading out.
I say we go.
Yeah, I'll run with the rest of the Fianna.
Ride or die.
When you all get out there, it seems like you all summon the Lewis and jump in, and it zooms you out to this area. You're back out in this park, and you see across the field this army of humans come marching up.
What are they wearing?
They're wearing very like almost like medieval / paladin type armor.
Oh.
And is it blue?
Sure, it can be. Oh, I see what you're saying. There are what are those called? The things that
Sashes?
Tunics?
It's like
Pauldrons?
they wore them as like a ribbon or as a
Cloak.
notary, but it just really only went across their chest.
The sash.
Sash.
It
Sash.
indicates lordhood.
We're gonna call it a sash.
Doing a
think
great
it-
job.
Yes. But yes, it is of the royal blue of the Patrick blue. They are carrying these shields and swords, and as they're marching up from the ground, spring these large, like 15-foot rock creatures.
That might as well happen. Yeah.
Like
not?
gargoyles or like rockbiter or like. Wait, humans are summoning magic rock people?
Like, think of all these boulders putting themselves together
The
to
boulder
create
is
this.
conflicted.
The boulder is no longer conflicted. But yeah, it
Jealousy.
creates like these 15-foot creatures, and the multiple boulders come together to form this creature. And yeah, it roars out, and that's probably where we should end this.
So tired.
I actually like ending it on the line of, yeah, that probably should happen.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, that probably should happen.
That's what I think Madge just said.
Yeah, like this might as well happen. Yeah.
Oh, this
Yeah.
might as well happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see these big old 15-foot rock creatures come forming out of the ground. This might as well happen.
Yeah, I'm making a note of that for next game title.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Good game, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Great sesh.
Yeah. Boy, it needs some explaining to do.
You're gonna
By the
rat him
way, that's my enemy flaw that we never defined.
Cool.
But now she knows where you're at.
Yeah, that's fine. I expected her to show up at some point. I expected my enemy to show up at some point. But
So
Yeah,
the
we gonna need to
question
put you in a
is-
rubber suit, it seems like.
Well, the question is the song really a song? Because you stole it from her lips.
so instead of me going to a spirit to learn the leadership,
Easy way out.
what is it called? A gift.
Hmm.
I was thinking that her song is what I stole to make that gift. And I finally pieced it together, and that's why it took me time to learn it.
Okay. But there's a double meaning behind it.
That's fine. Yeah, if you want to do something else behind that would be awesome.
Yeah, there's a reason why she's so angry.
So angry.
I'm cool with whatever you want to do with her.
I got an idea already.
Cool.
I did a little back reading on her. So actually, if you listen to the pronunciation of the name,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like evil.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hmm.
And it's angelicized as Aeval. Evil. Evil.
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, that kind of off-putting, but okay.
Yeah, the lore that I read on her was Aibell.
Mhm.
But
Modern English or modern Irish is Aoibheall. Also angelicized as evil or evil.
nice. So yeah, nope. Take that character wherever you want to.
Alright, anything you want to say before I end stream? Good. Alright, good night, Twitch.
Night Switch.
No twist.